now on TikTok.
Well, no, it's obviously.
But if he's and this is the thing, a lot of you ladies have to understand truth, right? Facts over feelings, right? What he said was more than likely a fact. You were 16.
Not more than likely.
Hold on, miss, hold on. You were 16. You had a man.
Yeah,
you
husband.
He's the same age as you, husband.
Yeah, husband.
Whatever. Yeah. And then you done what you done at the age of 16, and you ended up having a kid. And you but was it planned at the age of 16?
Yes.
So at the age of 16, you planned on having a kid?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's not a common occurrence, is it?
Oh.
I don't know. That's a bit weird. I don't know.
That's a bit weird.
Yeah, most 16-year-olds are not planning to have kids.
Yeah, it's just
to be honest,
there's not a lot of 16-year-olds move like that.
Strange, but people have children at different ages. Yes, it's too young, I think. Yeah, but there are people that have. I don't even know what to say. Like, great.
I just want to ask a question about him.
Hold on, I'll let.
This ain't it, man.
G-Man, please get involved. Yeah,
look, go on, G-Man. I want to say a couple of things.
What's your age, G-Man?
Yeah, 39.
39. Are you a married man?
I'm a married man, indeed.
What location are you from, sir?
North London.
All right, go ahead.
So, I've got a daughter, so I've been listening to the conversation for a while. I'm not going to lie, some of the points, having a daughter, some of the points that you said have been absolutely diabolical, bruv. I wouldn't advise my daughter on some of the stuff that some of the stuff you agree with, I agree with, but some of the stuff has been absolutely diabolical.
Who are you speaking to?
You, bruv, you.
All right, can you name what is it that I've said as a host that is diabolical?
I think the subservience, what you're trying to push some of these women to adhere to in their relationships. I don't think as a father of a daughter, let me just tell a story. As a father of a daughter, I've been thinking about this, what type of man she's going to bring home, and how I would want, what sort of guy I would be happy to see in my house. Now, if he's something like me, I wouldn't mind. I think I'm a good guy. But if it's some of these characters that...
Stop.
Let him carry on.
Stop right there. Stop praising yourself, sir. Self-praise is no praise, sir.
I
asked you, sir, wait. I asked you a specific question and... You're going on a rigmarole.
I'm trying to explain the story.
Yeah,
No. I asked you, what was it that I've said that is diabolical? That's the word.
I said the general pretense of some of
your advice. What, sir? Wait. Like what?
The general pretense of some of your advice to some of the women.
Like what?
To be subservient to in their relationship.
I did not use. I have never.
No.
I said the general pretense that the course of language that you're using is that
like what? Like
they shouldn't have a backbone in a relationship.
Is that what I said?
Well, you know what? It's how you are presenting yourself.
You understand what I said, sir?
Well, you can't do tongue twisting with me. It's how you present.
It's not tongue twisting.
It's persuasive.
Hold on, Sarah. Stop. You're loving this, isn't it, Sarah?
Not really. I'm not loving it.
I don't want to have to mute your mic, but I will. Let the gentleman finish their conversation, please.
You're loving it. Like, oh my God, yes, a man up here protecting us. But is he really protecting you, though? Anyways, so, sir, I'll ask you again. What is it that I've said that is detrimental and diabolical to women? You cannot say words. Hold on. I have never said subservient. I've never used any of these words. So you've got to tell me exactly what I said that is detrimental, that is diabolical. You got to substantiate that.
I'll substantiate it for you like this. The advice you've been given to the women, I would not give that advice to my daughter.
What? Like what?
I wouldn't turn around and tell and just to summarize what you're saying.
Don't summarize. What did I say?
And put the blame on them.
What did I say?
And
What
you're trying to tell someone to look within. So I can turn around and say to you, my guy, what have you done in your life? What are you doing on TikTok?
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
You might not necessarily.
Would I have a problem with that? I would have a problem with that.
It's like you're trying to.
Sir, hold on.
You're trying to make a person.
You're going into a lot of this emotional side of things where it's a very direct thing that I'm asking you. What is it that I've said that's detrimental? If you ask me, hold on. If you ask me things, I don't have a problem answering them, sir. I won't have my back. I won't have my backup. I won't have my. So hold on. I won't have my backup.
I don't have my backup.
Please,
I wouldn't be spreading the advice you're giving to my daughter.
I'm saying if you ask me uncomfortable questions, I wouldn't have an issue with it. And sir, you have not said. You need to pinpoint the things that I've said. What have I said?
I've listened to you, and what I'm saying.
What have I said?
What you're doing. What am I doing? You are basically asking a couple of questions to the female, right? And you are essentially summarizing their whole attitude to life based on a couple of questions that they've responded to on their relationship, and then you're giving the whole ethos of why that relationship failed, which I just think is absolutely diabolical.
How many times have you been on my panel? Have you been on here before?
I've seen you have about
have you been on here before?
Conversations and do the same thing over and over.
Have you been on here before?
Huh? I haven't been on here before.
Have you been on my panel before?
I've heard you speak before.
Okay. So hold on. So you've never been on this panel before. So let me explain what this panel is about, because this is the thing a lot of you guys who have an had to do, right? You don't understand the nature of this panel. The purpose of this panel is it's a man empowerment platform where men speak truth to women. We have uncomfortable talking points, prompts, yeah, where we keep women accountable and we have uncomfortable conversations, sir. So when you hear me asking these questions, is because I as a man know that a lot of women, based on these prompts and topic points that we have, a lot of women struggle, have issues around being accountable, self-reflecting, and actually becoming a better woman in relationships. A lot of these ladies, hold on, so wait. Yeah. I am giving you an explanation why it might seem how you're taking it. It's your first time here. We're not here being misogynistic. We love women. That's why we have the courage, the courage to have these kind of points that we talk about. It's actually courage and a lot of love to actually have these conversations. So you coming up here and saying, I would never have.
I don't find it constructive. I don't find the conversation. I don't really find it constructive to denigrate or to try and belittle people.
You're entitled to your opinion, sir.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to.
You're entitled.
I don't find it constructive.
There's no ducks on my back, sir. You're entitled. You can just scroll next time.
I find if somebody wants to learn, it's good to educate and empower, and then let them come to decision on themselves. When it comes to let me land my point. When it comes to relationship, no one starts off in a relationship going and things are perfect. People date to experience different personalities, and each man that a woman will date will have a different personality and different outlook on life and different expectations. So how do you navigate that as a woman? You have to date and you have to understand what personality you like and what you're attracted to and what is attracted to you. So it's not a simple thing of, you can be on the trajectory to always try and self-improve yourself, but there's always guys.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question, sir? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. When you have relationships, right?
Yeah.
And when that relationship splits up or something happens, yeah? That lady leaves that man, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
When you ask the woman what happened, who is normally at fault, sir?
That's a good question. And It's fair to say. I think it's fair to say.
Both genders blame the other
It
gender.
depends on who you speak to.
Sir, please stop. I asked you a direct question. I asked you when you have a relationship and then something happens in that relationship, or the lady leaves.
About me personally.
When you ask a woman who's at fault for the splitting up, what is it that they usually say, sir?
They could say
both genders literally blame each other.
Let him answer the question.
But the thing is, it's to me that's really a question. Like if I ask one of my friends whose fault was it that they broke up with the girl, he probably says it's her fault. But then when I turn around,
you have
any evidence to back up your fault?
The host just doesn't want him to land his point.
Now you are going around it. Now I asked you.
Because this is what you.
I'm not speaking about the men. Hold on, sir. I'm not.
You're expecting me to give you an answer.
I'm not speaking. I'm not.
It's not. It's a yes or no question. It's not.
I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking. I know what he said.
Go on. Clock into what he said, though.
Go on.
I'm going to say exactly what you said, brother, down there. Literally, when you said, right, that women should go out and experiment, you're literally telling women you're for the streets.
No, I didn't say that.
3 or 4.
No, mate. I think you're a child, my guy.
Experimenting does not insinuate that you have to have sex.
My guy,
Yes,
because what it is out there,
No, it doesn't.
as a woman, if you want to find
what is a woman has?
Say smacks, please.
And as a man, you have to date as well. What are you talking about? You're not going to just come up on the first girl and pick her.
Men and women are different.
Exactly.
Nah, bro.
Men and women are different.
That's a childish way of thinking. It's a real childish way of thinking. Because
how is it? Bro. Explain to me how.
Bro,
if it's childish, explain to me
how. The
how.
first person you date might not necessarily be the right person for you, my guy. There might be a lot of things that might be wrong with them. So how are you going to be stuck with that person?
G-Man, how many baby
Okay, wait.
G-Man, how many baby mamas?
Gonna say hello.
I've got one.
Hold on one second.
I don't have a baby mom, but I have a wife. So
G-Man, how many have you got?
I got one. I got a wife and one child.
Okay, that's good. But you still not answered my question. When you ask a woman, not the men, I'm not speaking about the men right now, right? When you ask women, what's the reason behind? No, wait, stop.
Yeah.
When you ask the woman, why is there splitting up or not being in that relationship? Who is it that she normally blames?
He already answered the question. He said it depends on the person.
Hold on, let him answer. Let him answer. He was very bold.
He answered it already.
He was very bold. He was so bold earlier on, saying a lot of nonsense. Please answer the question, sir.
It depends on the person you're speaking to, how their personality. Are they an objective person? Are they a person that
give me a percentage? Give me a percentage. Give me a percentage.
I haven't been in the situation enough to know enough.
Give me a percentage.
I'm not going to give you a percentage on a statistic
because you're being disingenuous and you do not want to answer the question and you don't want to be honest.
Oh my God! Can we move on? Can I ask the host something?
You don't want to answer the question.
You
don't want to answer the question.
Is not
what you want to do is have on your cape. What you want to do is have on your cape right now. Listen, I'm not like you. I was not raised like you. I was raised to be honest. I wasn't raised like you.
Bro, are you in a relationship?
He's being honest. That's his perception.
I was raised to be honest. I'm not raised to lie to women. I was not raised.
Just because he doesn't have the same opinion as you, it doesn't mean he's lying.
Ask a question. I'm gone.
You're raised. I wasn't
raised to lie to women.
Hold on, one second. You just stated that this is a platform for men to hold women accountable, and it's a men empowerment panel. So Alpha, as he was listening to Sarah talk, which she took accountability for everything that she experienced. She understood what her wrongdoings was, how she stayed in her relationship, and she also, just admitted to staying around too long, and she was accountable for actions, and she left. So, like to his point down there, Alpha literally heard her speak and made a big assumption and said that, oh, when you were 16, you were just running around being wild and clapping cheeks for fun. She was married and she intentionally had her children. So you see how he just tried to make an example of her, because there's no such thing as holding accountability right there.
We don't have any proof of that, miss. Respectfully.
But you have no proof of what he said, excuse me.
Exactly. Like, you gotta make no sense. Now we have no proof, but we have no proof to back up anything y'all have said.
Let's do this then. Since you said that, right? Say you got a 16-year-old daughter, and you know by law,
here we go again. We're trying to make false equivalencies. You didn't even allow me to land my point, and you're trying to talk over me. That's crazy.
Right? Just one sec. Calm down. 1 second.
Calm down. I'm very calm.
By law. Oh, here comes the shaming tactics.
Shaming?
By law.
Where did I shame you? Where did I personally attack you?
How old are you?
Because you're trying to spin it around and all.
How is that shame? Do you know the definition of shame? That has nothing to do with shame.
How old are you?
So if you listen right to what I got to say and get out your feelings.
Why would I listen to you when you cut me off at my point? Exactly. You didn't allow me to finish, so I'm not going to respect your point. Simple as that.
Quite young. I'm gonna drop off. I think I'm speaking to.
I'm right with you too.
22s and 32.
Not so grown.
There's not enough life experience in here to be giving that advice.
They should start experimenting and dating around, or try a therapy or something. Especially Alpha, because you see how he just tried to flip it and make it seem like I was shaming him.
So you going to answer the prompt or not, miss? Because I don't understand. Like, stop going at him. Answer the prompt, innit?
I can answer the prompt if you would allow me to. You're up here cutting off everyone else, and then when they give you the same energy, you have a problem.
Arguing. Go ahead, miss.
I'm not arguing, I'm conversing, but anyways. Why do most women decide to leave their relationships or marriages? The same reason why men do. Clearly, they're not happy, so they choose to move on. Is that a good enough answer for you?
Whatever. Brandy, hi.
Hello, how are you? And hi to the panel.
I'm
Let
good.
me answer your prompt, sweetheart. Why do most women decide to leave relationships / marriages? So,